just around the corner and over the hill. I'm still $1 short, and that's a poor man's will. Just 2 days late, I'm on a 3-day binge, fighting on this battlefield in a war that we can't win. Last night I got in here to Crescent City, California. It was a Sunday, and the town was a ghost town. There was nobody around. There was no bars open. There were just a few restaurants open. So I decided to go ahead and get me a Super 8 motel and get my video editing caught up. So we'll have a video up today. But on to Oregon. Man alive. This tour is still going good. Cliff diving. I'm leaving California. I figure a good way to leave it behind. Jump off a cliff. But there's a heart of gold buried in this pile of shit, and as if you look stone. I just thought it came a turd floater in Arizona. Oregon knows how to rain. So 4,500 miles, and I finally locked my keys in my van. I've been gonna get a spare key for a while, and I didn't. So thanks to Vince, we got the van unlocked and we're moving on.
I'm Vince and I just unlocked Dustin Perkins' van for him.
Monday night in Roseburg, Oregon. Didn't really find a place to per se set up and play, but through talking to people and played a couple tunes for some bartenders and stuff. Pretty dead night here in Roseburg, but ended up making about 40 bucks just playing for people and talking to people along through the day. Hadn't been too bad of a day. So all along this trip I've been showing you what I've been doing to spread my music, but all along the way I've ran across so much great music. I'm going to use this section of the documentary to introduce you to some of that. This is Crystal and Jeremy. I met them at the Triangle Bar at Salem, Oregon. Ended up going to their house and recording them in their garage. Here they are.
Listening to my stethoscope on a rope. Internal lullabies, human cries, thumbs in silence, the language of violence. Cataclysmic, algorithmic, seismorhythmic. Hey, say you can make a lifelong go, but you can't save it. You can make a clone and then try to enslave it. Say stealing DNA samples from the unborn, and then they coming after us cause we sample the horn. Say my, oh my God. And in my mind I gotta step and do as I say. Oh my God.
Yep. I seen you talking to him last night like you knew nothing about me. And as you ordered up another round, still acting single, I do believe. But he's got a green eyes and good hair, silver tongue, and I do declare you get exactly what. So I played Backspace tonight in Portland, Oregon. We had, I would say, a crowd of probably 25, 30 people. Made about 70 bucks. So good night in Portland, first night in Portland. we'll see what else we can get ourselves into before this is all said and done. So, anyway, another night of sleeping in the van, which is pretty normal. It's Portland, Oregon. I just stopped at the TA, got me a shower, and trimmed up this beard of mine. Anyways, thanks to the TA, oasis in a desert. Showers on the road are awesome. So I met these guys called the Co-Poetics down in Salem, Oregon. I'm driving through Portland just now, and I see them standing on a street corner. So we're gonna go film them and see what they're up to. Co-Poetics, Portland, Oregon. Something that made these guys stand out to me, other than their music, they're fantastic. They are living in their van. They're not on a 45-day tour. They live in their van with their dog. They travel all over the country playing music on the sidewalks and whatever venues will let them. It sounded a little bit familiar to me. I respect these guys more than you'll ever know. Please go check them out on Facebook. So I talked my way into playing the Aloft Hotel for 2 nights of staying, for 2 nights playing, which was a great deal because my wife was on her way up and she wasn't about to sleep in the van. But there I ran into a good buddy of mine that I'd ran into at this place prior this year, Mr. Bobby Hines. He is absolutely fantastic. Here's a little bit of his music.
Baby, I will wait for you. Take your time, girl. Do what you gotta do. You know it's gonna take a while, so I'll stand back and wait. You call if you need me. Maybe dreaming, but I'd like to try. Be the one to hold you when you cry. Where's the sense of making plans when I don't even know where I stand with you? Baby, where do I stand with you? Where do I stand? Baby, where do I stand with you?
So after being on the road for a little over 30 days, I finally was able to get my wife up to Portland and spend a little time with her, just running around, sightseeing, just spending time with each other more than anything. One day we decided to go to some of the state parks and check out some of the, the landscape and waterfalls, and we got in quite a predicament. I'll let you see the video. Okay. So we got at the back of this 2-mile trail. I'm walking in one of these Oregon state parks to see a waterfall. Casey didn't wear shoes for hiking. We didn't know that the trail was going to be so rough. And then we get to the back of it, and it begins to rain profusely. So I got to show you, JC's not very happy. Go. 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 Just one of the many reasons that I love my wife so much. She puts up with my crap and me dragging her down a 2-mile trail in the pouring rain to see a waterfall. But anyways, getting her up there was an essential. After being gone for 30 days, I was ready to see her, and it really helped me to hit the reset button and get ready for the trip home. So
now I know what I gotta do. Hold the line somehow, just try to make it through.
thank you to Denise and Duke at the White Horse Saloon, who are always taking me in and treating me like their own. And Big Girl, you got a song coming. All right, so last night I played in Spirit Lake, Idaho, at a place called the White Horse. And they've got a ghost called Big Girl. We'll get into that story later. But a couple people at the bar last night told me, you've got to go check out 95.3 KPND up here in Sandpoint, which is about 45 minutes north. And I was like, oh, I'm going to Missoula, Montana. But then another person come up and said the same thing. And then another person. And after 3 people telling me I needed to go check out this radio station, that they would dig my stuff, I decided, hey, I'll take today, and this is what I'll do. So I came up to Sandpoint, Idaho, and we found 95.3.
All right, it is 52 degrees in Spokane, Liberty Lake 49, Sandpoint 46, and Coeur d'Alene 50 degrees. So this fellow walks into the studio today, and he's a musician from Texas. Just walked in off the street, and I'm like, oh, man, I'm not letting this guy on the air. I don't know who he is. I don't know diddly squat about him. He started chatting with Larry, and I heard a tail end of the story. I was like, okay, come in the studio and chat with me. So I would like to introduce you to Dustin Perkins, who just won me over simply by his charming personality and the music.
All the way home, it was a lot of the same story it was on the way up there. I continued to find towns and venues that would allow me to play for tips. Found some great people in those towns. Saw some incredible country. What an opportunity.
Consumed by hate, a far cry from good, controlled by fate. Life was running at a real fast pace. I was living in another world. I could tell it right away. Things would never be the same. Judging by that smile you gave, you would never be just another girl. Yeah. And I don't know you, but I'd like to. We could be cool. Let me hold you. You can stay all night if you want to. I could love you. Give me just one chance to show you how.
In conclusion, I set out on this journey to get back to the reason I started playing music to begin with. If I did nothing else in this trip, I did that. I found some incredible people along the way. Thanks to all who supported me. It's great to be back home in Antlers, Oklahoma. And look forward to seeing a bunch of you guys out at the shows. More coming soon.
But I'd like to. We could be cool. Let me hold you. You can stay all night.